Hi guys, I'm Meredith, the team leader with Usborne Books and More, and today I want to show you my favorite picture books. The first one is Nibbles the Book Monster. He likes to nibble all kinds of things. Nibbles likes to nibble soap, and Nibbles nibbles socks. Nibbles chomps on rubber ducks, and Nibbles munches clocks. Nibbles loves to nibble toes, and Nibbles nibbles books. But Nibbles' favorite thing of all to nibble on is books. And he goes through stories and changes the outcome of books. So he goes through Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, and at the end he gets caught, he gets put into his cage, but then when we turn our backs he gets out and goes to nibble more books. There's also Nibble's Dinosaur Guide that just came out this summer, and it's really cute too. Next up, Cordelia. Cordelia is a little girl who can fly on the breeze. She flies with birds, she goes over the ocean and flies with the animals in the ocean. She goes up and says hello to the moon, until one day others doubted that she could fly. And so she doesn't fly anymore. She starts believing what they're saying. And so all of her friends that she used to fly with get really sad. The pictures turn gray throughout the book because that's how she's feeling. There was no color, there was no sound. Until one day she starts to get mad about it and says, who was anyone to say if she could or couldn't fly, what was or wasn't possible if they didn't even try? So she starts believing in herself again and starts flying with the animals. And at the very last page, I love what it says. She knew just who she was, knew who she could be, and this belief in herself set Cordelia free. Just because another can't see this world like you doesn't make things impossible or mean they are not true. It's a great confidence builder for little ones to teach them that it doesn't matter what other people think about them. Can I join your club? This is about a little duck who just wants to belong and be with other people and be accepted. He tries to join different clubs. He tries to join Lion's Club, and Lion says, well, can you roar? And of course he can't because he's a duck. And so he goes to find somebody else, and he goes to Snake and asks Snake if he can join, and he can't because he's not a snake, and he can't hiss, and he has arms and legs. So he goes to Elephant, and he can't do the elephant sound. And so he says, you know what, guys? I'm just going to make my own club. I'm going to make Duck Club. And so then a turtle comes, and he's like, well, can I be in your club? And he says, yeah, do you want to be in my club? You can be in my club. And so he ends up changing it to our club, and everyone is accepted. So it's a great inclusion book to teach kids that we can all be different, but we can all still be friends. Another great choice is Take Ted Instead. This one has repetitive lines throughout the book and just a little bit changes. So after just a couple of times reading it, your child's going to read along with you. It's time for bed, sleepyhead. No, no, take Red instead. It's time for bed, sleepyhead. No, no, take Seb instead. So it goes through the little boys hiding on each page, so it's kind of fun to find him on each page. And the mom just keeps asking him if he's ready for bed, and he just keeps saying somebody else for her to take. And so she finally says, it's time for bed, sleepyhead. No, no, take Ted instead. And then she says, but Ted will be lonely in bed all on his own. And he thinks about it and then says, take me too. And then the very last page, everybody's in bed that he sent off to bed before him. A Tale of Two Beasts. This is a great story to show that there's two sides to every story, and it's not just how you see things. So it goes through the first story is from the little girl's perspective, the strange beast. And she finds this little guy hanging on the tree and brings him home. And it's her story of how it all happened, how she took him home, put a hat on him, took him to school, and showed him to her friends. And then he ends up escaping. And then, after that story, you hear his version of it, the terrible beast. And he tells about his side of the story, how she came and got him and took him off his tree when he was nice and happy. And then she kidnapped him and took him to her house. And so it's just a great perspective story to teach kids that it's not only their side of the story, there's two sides to every story. Another great bedtime book is B is for Bedtime. This one just has the sweetest, softest little pictures. It goes through the whole alphabet, just simple little illustrations, calming your child down before bed. E is for Ears, tucked warm out of sight. F for My Fingers, holding on tight, and she's just cuddled up in her blanket. G is for Gran, with an H for her hug. She tucks me in tight like a bug in a rug. And it just goes through the whole alphabet, and slowly the girl gets into bed, and she gets more tired and sleepy. And then at the very end, she's asleep, and the dog says goodnight. So a nice little bedtime story. This is Jonathan James and the WhatIf Monster. You can see how loved my copy is. This is great for little ones that have anxiety and get a little bit anxious about different new things to try in their life. And there are lots of new experiences when you're little. This is what the first page says. Some what-if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think. Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all of those what-ifs got stuck in his head. And so this little monster guy follows him everywhere he goes and kind of encourages him to not try new things. He says, what if it's ugly? What if it stinks? What if that's what everyone thinks? So he doesn't want to paint a picture. He doesn't want to try new food if it's yucky. He's scared to go to sleep, which a lot of kids are. This book really has helped my son overcome his fear of different things he didn't really want to try in the beginning. Now then Jonathan James in the middle says, now wait just a minute, I have something to say after hearing what-ifs all through the day. I hear all your worries, I hear all your claims, but what if you're wrong, says Jonathan James. And so he starts trying new things, and the what-if monster then is starting to smile in all the pictures and becomes his little friend. Just a great book for those little anxious kids. And the last one I want to show you is Love You Who. I also love this because you can't tell if it's a mom, a dad, a grandparent. It's anyone in the child's life who just loves them. And so it starts out and it says, I'm going to tell you the story that's so important. There's something I must tell you before you close your eyes. I want to hoo it so it fills the starry skies. And she basically goes through, or he, and says, ever since they were born, it's been an adventure. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It doesn't matter where they go, but she's going to teach him throughout the way. Perhaps I'll give a gentle nudge to help you find your wings. They're going to teach each other through the story and take adventures together. There's going to be bumps and scrapes along the way, but we'll cheer ourselves back up again. We'll laugh away the grumps. Here are some kisses. I kiss all over my little girl when I read this one and my little boy. And some hugs and tickles too. This is their favorite page. And then my little girl makes me turn the book upside down because she doesn't like that the owl is upside down in this one. But this is my favorite part. Whoever you are going to be, whatever you may do, wherever you may choose to fly, I'll always love you. Who? So that's just a great little book. I think it would be a great first birthday gift, baby shower gift. You know how some people write notes in books for teachers each year, and then when they graduate high school, they give it to them. I think this would be a great one for that too. So thanks, guys. Have a good day.